For this video, I'm going to show y'all the quickest and easiest way I have found to get vibrant colors for a piece. Of course, if you're an artist, you already know about color theory. You could always work off of that. There's analogous colors, contrasting colors, complementary colors, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a trick because I have a tendency with my own work to stick with certain colors. I tend to work with a lot of darker colors, a lot of purples and blues. I'm just drawn to those. So I kind of came up with this little trick to help me break past my tendencies to go with color palettes that I am not comfortable with and that I am not used to. So I'm just gonna flat out tell y'all, the trick I use Pinterest. I know that's a very modern thing to do, but Pinterest is wonderful. You could go through, type in any type of color palette, and automatically you get 100,000 to millions of different results. You can see on the screen that I'm just going through generally typing in color schemes or color palettes, and you already get a plethora of examples. If you want a more precise search, you could do something like blue color palette, and from there you could click on maybe some colors that you find intriguing. You can scroll down and continue through that selection. I just find that it's something that makes it really easy, really quick for me to choose colors I don't usually like. With this painting, I am not a big fan of yellows and orange, so I needed a color palette to kind of help inspire me to create the shades that I find the most appealing. Usually with vibrant colors, I prefer more pastels. They're not as loud whenever I look at them. Now, if you're still unsure of what kind of color palette you do want to look at, you could always type in something like the subject matter I'm working on, fruit doves. They're very vibrant and colorful, and I can choose from that selection and find ones that I want to work on. And from there, you could even use that as your direction for your next color scheme, like a pink-green color palette based off of the bird. I do that a lot, even with flowers. I will type in certain colors, or I might type in a certain type of flower, like calla lily, and you'll get a bunch of different results. Pinterest is a great tool for choosing color palettes. It certainly did make my life a lot easier whenever I was creating this series of fruit doves with their vibrant colors and trying to find certain flowers that match them. There are already millions of examples of different ways to pair off different colors. If you're on a part of a painting and you're stuck, you're not sure what kind of color to put down, you could always go to Pinterest, or you could even do just a generalized Google search, and you can type in what you already have, like if you have oranges and greens, and you could look at color palettes from there. You could always use real-life animals. That's what made this part of the painting a lot easier. I already knew what type of birds I was referencing, and I already knew what kind of flowers that I'd be referencing. But I do find it helps if you're working on a fantasy image, if you're working on a painting of a person, you can easily go to Pinterest, do a search online, and you can find colors to work with. It really is a great way to kind of broaden the usual color schemes that you use. You could end up considering different shades that you never would have, or different types of color mixtures that you never would have been drawn to just because it's not your style, it's not what you like to do. It's a bit of an exercise in a different type of creativity, because there are a lot of colors that I just like working with. So I kind of rely on referencing flowers, birds, and in general just looking up color palettes. That way I can gain inspiration through what someone else has put together in a different and unique way. It's a very simple trick. It's really helped me to further some of my more recent images, to get outside my comfort zone, and so far I'm thrilled with the result. So I would highly encourage you to go through and broaden your palette. And if you like my little bird paintings, I am offering them up on prints. All the information will be in the comment section or in the description below. Thank you. And if you have any tips on, little tricks on how to get color that you've come across, hey, comment down below. Let me hear it.